Namaste. I thought since we've been talking about horses a lot leading up to this date that we would do the horseshoe breath. So if you look at the horseshoe, it is one of the symbols for good luck. And since we're at the dawning of a new year and we just celebrated the Chinese New Year, and New Year's are about good luck and prosperity, I thought this would be the perfect meditation to do today. So let's go ahead and begin. I will say I learned this breath from Sri Sri Ravi Shankar. I was fortunate to be able to go to the Art of Living to see him and do an Art of Happiness program. This is located in Boone, North Carolina. So if you ever have an opportunity to go to Boone and go to the Art of Living, they have a wonderful Ayurvedic center. They have amazing Indian food, a beautiful temple, and they actually have like yoga programs coming through as well. That whole property began as a transcendental meditation community, and then it's just evolved from there. Okay, so let's go ahead and get right into it. If you come to a comfortable seat, getting your spine vertical, and finding the blend of effort and ease. Depending on what time it is through the day, you may find you have to effort a little bit more. For instance, in the morning, you may find that you have to effort more in your abdomen. By the end of the day, you may find that the effort is in your back. It is helpful to give some core support to the back. So even just slightly drawing the abdomen inward and upward can draw the energy up towards the heart, but it can also create a nice long waistline, space in the low back, upliftment in your heart center. And just begin to mindfully breathe. Feel free to keep your eyes closed or your eyes at half mast. If your eyes are going to stay somewhat open, I would recommend gazing at one spot down a few feet in front of you. It's helpful to set the eyes on one place. And if the eyes are closed, a nice recommendation is to gaze in and up towards the midpoint of the brow. So now that you've refined your posture and you've been refining your breath, be aware that we're drawing the breath in from the air surrounding our body, directly in front of our body, a few inches beyond our nose. So as you begin to take your next breath in, imagine you're drawing that air in and feel it at the tip of the nose, through the bridge of the nose, and beyond. And as you exhale, continue to be attentive to the bridge of the nose as the exit of the breath pours out beyond the tip of the nose and beyond. Doing that same awareness exercise for a couple more breaths. And then on your next inhale, draw it in from beyond the nose, to the tip of the nose, to the bridge of the nose, to the root of the nose. And as you exhale, feel the breath express out from the root of the nose to the bridge of the nose, to the tip of the nose and beyond. With that same attentiveness for a couple more rounds of breath. And then breathe in the air before you through the tip of the nose, through the bridge of the nose, beyond the root of the nose, down through the airway. And feel the breath come up through the airway, out through the root of the nose, to the bridge of the nose, to the tip of the nose, and beyond. Same visual, same awareness. And now breathe in from beyond the nose, through the tip of the nose, through the bridge of the nose, through the root of the nose, into the airway, into the upper half of the lungs. Maybe feeling the chest rise. And as it falls, the breath coming up through the upper half of the lungs, through the airway, through the root, the bridge, the tip of the nose, and beyond. Deeper awareness now. Bring it in from outside your body, through the tip, the bridge, the root of the nose, the airway, not only the upper half of the lungs, but the lower lobe of the lungs. And then as you exhale, feeling the belly deflate, pushing it up into the upper lungs, out through the airway, through the root, bridge, tip of the nose, and beyond. The next time you do that same round of breath with that same attentive nature, notice how we're making the shape of a horseshoe. But we have one more to go. So begin to breathe in the air that's in front of the body, through the tip of the nose, through the bridge of the nose, through the root of the nose, through the airway, to the upper lungs, to the lower lungs, and imagine it's radiating outward just as your electromagnetic field from the heart does, a few inches away from the chest. And then as you exhale, imagine it's coming back into the chest. You're receiving in the heart, pushing it up out of the lungs through the airway, through the root, the bridge, the tip of the nose, and beyond. A full horseshoe in effect. Bringing in that good luck again from the air in front of the body, through the tip of the nose, through the bridge of the nose, through the root of the nose, through the airway, to the upper lungs, to the lower lobe of the lungs, out in front of the heart, and then bring it back in, receiving, and then pushing the air up out of the lungs, through the airway, through the root, the bridge, the tip of the nose, and beyond. Breathing in this idea of good luck to set us on our path from this moment, moving forward, this day, this week, this month, this year, and beyond. Stay with that imagery, stay with that pranayama. Stay with the idea of the symbolism. For our remaining time sitting in silence with this imagery, with this exercise, feel free to imagine the breath or the air being like a stream of light. Perhaps light with silver lining. Perhaps lined with gold. Maybe something metallic. Breathing in good luck and good fortune. Remembering blessings and fortune can show up in many ways and in many avenues of our lives. The Buddhists say that the mind can be as wild and as restless as a horse that's untamed. And it's a reminder that we are the driver. We hold the reins. And in yoga, we mention controlling the breath. It's like holding the reins of a horse. So if your mind is racing, notice if the breath is rushed. And know that even though life can be fast-paced, it's not a race. And even if it were, remember the old saying, slow and steady wins the race. So monitor your breath and keep it slow and steady. Notice if you use the technique properly, how it minimizes the restless nature. How we can have influence over the mind. And if you're in a really sweet space and have more time available, feel free to pause the video. Otherwise, thank you for sitting with me today. May we both receive good luck and good fortune.